Hi everybody, it's Adam with HeartValveSurgery.com. We are at Cedars-Sinai Medical Center in Los Angeles, California. I'm thrilled to be joined by Dr. Aakriti Gupta, who is a leading interventional cardiologist that specializes in minimally invasive heart valve therapies which use small catheters instead of open heart surgery. Dr. Gupta, it is great to see you again, and thanks for being with me today.
Thank you, Adam. It's a pleasure.
Yeah, so you and I were just talking about all the interesting work that you're doing with aortic valves and mitral valves and pulmonary valves. But it's 2026, and a question I have for you is all about the tricuspid valve, which in the past has been known as the forgotten valve. Would you say it is still a forgotten valve?
That's a great question, Adam. And I would say in 2026, it's no longer the forgotten valve. One of the reasons it used to be forgotten was because really the only available treatment option was surgical treatment with open heart surgery. And often patients who have tricuspid valve regurgitation as the primary valve problem, they're often old and frail and not excellent surgical candidates. They also have poor function of the heart such that they don't do well with surgery, and surgeons are not thrilled to take them to surgery. And as such, it was not diagnosed well, it wasn't treated, and it would just go by the wayside. But with this revolution in catheter-based valve treatment that we have seen in the past couple decades, we are now able to treat the tricuspid valve in a transcatheter fashion, just with a catheter in your vein in the groin without open heart surgery. There are two FDA-approved options. One is called transcatheter tricuspid valve replacement, which is with the EVOQUE device. And there's another called transcatheter tricuspid valve repair, or TriClip, which is with the TriClip device. How do we decide which patients are going to benefit from these? We often have a screening process where we will do detailed imaging of the valve and obviously see the patient, whether they're good candidates or not. And based on the imaging, which is often with an echocardiogram and a CT scan, we're able to determine what the best treatment option would be. And because it is minimally invasive and most likely you go home the next day, even if you're old and frail, you don't have the same kind of risk that you have with open heart surgery, but you will probably benefit from reducing that leakage in the tricuspid valve. And we often find our patients come to our clinic a few months later and they're saying they can breathe much better, they can walk much better, their legs are not swelling as much. So we're seeing even improvement in their end organ function, like kidneys and liver are functioning better. Even the heart remodels in a favorable fashion. We don't see an impact on longevity, so it will not necessarily increase your longevity or survival, or even the heart failure hospitalization rate may or may not change, but we know that patients feel better. That's what the TRISCEND-2 trial showed, and that led to the FDA approval of this device.
Great. Well, I can't thank you enough. On behalf of all the patients at HeartValveSurgery.com, thanks to you, Dr. Gupta, and the team here at Cedars for the research and the innovations to make the tricuspid valve, which a lot of patients in our community have, not forgotten anymore. Thanks for being with me today.
Thank you, Adam.
Hi everybody, it's Adam. I hope you enjoyed that video. And don't forget, you can always subscribe to our YouTube channel, watch the next 2 educational videos coming up on your screen, or click the blue button to visit HeartValveSurgery.com.